enjoying your early morning service. Even though we're a few states apart, thank you for allowing me to speak a little bit about what we did in Bangkok. First of all, I want to talk about the culture in Bangkok. Culture is always different whenever you go somewhere new. To me, I felt that Bangkok is a city that never sleeps. The roads are constantly busy with cars, taxis, motorcycles, and tuk-tuks. The streets had street vendors, the food vendors lined up, and last but not least, malls were always packed. Typically, the best place to have fun in Bangkok would be the malls. The malls are huge, so you have everything there. Like places to eat, places to work out, and places to shop with family and friends after a hard day at school or work. To them, that's normal because it's their culture, but in the eyes of someone who is new to the scene and has never seen that part of the culture, it changes how you view things. Now let's talk about our mission. I have this quote that perfectly describes what we did on our trip and what the Envision workers do there. The quote was made by 2 interns working there in Thailand. And it says this: "We're not building anything. We're not street preaching or holding revivals. We're getting coffee, treating people to dinner, trying to edge our way into their hearts and lives to create trust to be able to model and speak about life following Jesus." With this quote, we have one important word. That important word here is trust. Trust because we don't want to shove God's love in their face. What we want to do is show God's love organically. In order to gain that trust, we have to adapt to Bangkok's culture, and part of that culture is spending time together. When we do this part, it allows us to edge our way into their hearts. When we edge our way in, we can slowly talk to them about God. Here's an example Tuli taught us on the day of orientation. Think of it as a percentage scale. 0 to 49 is not knowing Christ or on the verge to know Christ, then 50 to 100 is accepted Christ as Savior and is following Christ. For example, a student is at 47%. As groups come and go to Bangkok, we treat the students out to build relationships and trust. When that trust is there, we can bring up Jesus' love naturally with the students. Sooner or later, the percentage will eventually rise over 50%. That's where we keep them accountable and help build his or her relationship with Christ. If you looked at all our pictures, it might look like we just had fun, but no. In order for us to do our missions, we had to adapt to the culture to complete our goals. If I remember correctly, one of the signs in Denver Church's wall states to express God's love to others, and we did, organically, by building that trust. Before I say farewell, I want to talk to a group who's going to Taiwan next year. What you do in Taiwan may be different from what we did here in Bangkok, but build that trust with the people over there in order to show God's love. Even if you don't see it at the time, God might just open a natural chance for you unknowingly. As for the church, missions doesn't have to be overseas. You can do it in the States with your coworkers and friends, but before you do, make sure you have the keyword trust and naturally connect with them to show God's love. Well, that's all the time I have. I just want to lastly say thank you for your support about God and the church and Envision Bangkok. I really don't know how I would have made it to Bangkok. So thanks. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say and pray that I encourage you to reach out to others to show God's love. I appreciate the time and hope to see you